Hi everyone, it's Michael, and if this setup looks a little sterile, a little surgical, and a little bit menacing, that's because it is. Today, what I'm going to do is dissect these rotting pseudobulbs. Now, these pseudobulbs may ring a bell for you, and that's because I actually divided them from number 36 in my collection, my Fredclarkeara After Dark SVO Black Pearl. Now, I did this under your advisement. My viewers kept commenting, you have to remove those back bulbs, Michael. They're black, they're rotting. And I just wasn't sure because they were so firm. They were obviously discolored and blackened, but they felt firm and they still felt like viable pseudobulbs. So I potted them separately and I said, I'm just going to see maybe after dormancy it's going to sprout some new growth and somehow something beautiful will happen. Well, I was wrong and you were right. Okay, there. I said it. You happy? So what I want to do is I just want to kind of evaluate the anatomy of the Catasetum. Now, this is kind of dark and disturbing and not in my nature. I don't like dissecting anything. I don't watch horror movies. I can't stomach it. I'm a man of delicate sensibilities. But I do really want to start to understand exactly what is happening as the Catasetum shrinks or as it swells, and exactly what the insides look like. So I'm super nervous. I've never done anything like this, but let's just jump in and see if this is somehow educational or helps us understand the physiology of a Catasetum bulb. So I'm just going to take a step over here and begin by unpotting this orchid. So let's do this. So I'm going to take you in on it just a bit because you can see there's a huge difference. Before it was super, super rigid, and now I don't even know if you can hear it. It has a weird squishy papery sound. And the same thing for this guy. This one is still semi-firm, but it is definitely coming to a place where it is losing any of its rigidity. Did I just make up that word? I don't know. So anyway, let's go ahead and set this aside. I have a bowl of water here just in case I need to rinse anything off. I don't know if it's going to get juicy in here. I've got some tweezers. Don't know if I'll need these. And I have a very sharp knife. So I'm just going to go ahead and, you know what? Let's do it one by one. I'm going to remove this guy first. Okay. Oh, you guys, it's so gross and juicy feeling. So I don't even know where to start. I'm just going to make an incision down the seam and see what we've got. Oh, I thought it was going to be really juice filled, and it is. Okay. Yeah, that's gross. First I thought it was better than I expected, but it's not. And oh god, it smells so bad. Okay, so taking you in, it's very, very fibrous. And definitely, oh god, that smell is definitely rot. But you can see it is just kind of moist, and it looks like, and it smells like a pile of wet hair in the bottom of a drain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take these tweezers, I'm glad I brought them, and just kind of start picking at this because, ew. It's just like a bunch of little hairs. So I'm wondering what exactly... Ew. Okay, the smell is getting really intense, you guys. So that's what that one looks like. Now, the other one was a little bit more rigid. Let's go in for the other one and take a look at, since it's a little bit more rigid, what its contents look like. Because I'm curious to know what the distinction is. Let's see if I can peel back the skin. Ew. Oh god, it's so gross. So it just looks like it's a little more compact in terms of, assuming we're calling these little fibers hairs, it just looks like the hair is more densely packed in there. I'm going to have to do this with my fingers, aren't I? So you can see it's more firm, and it's as if they've kind of created a webbing or a net that is holding the water inside. So I'm going to take you in super close. You can see that they've kind of woven together to create this really intricate, almost like a circulatory system that's carrying this water upward. Or maybe not almost, maybe that's just exactly what it is. Gosh, this smells. But it's tough to get through. So you can imagine, with a healthy bulb, I imagine that these are kind of transporting the water upward. And what that swelling is how plump it is with that water, and it's just holding it in these storage units. All right, so now I'm going to cut a cross section and see what that looks like. So when I cut it at the cross section, this is what the innards look like. Now, remember, this bulb was still somewhat plump. So when I cross-reference one of the cross sections from the plumper bulb with this guy, you can kind of see how it works. And again, I I'm not an expert on this. I don't have the specifics. I don't even know the terminology for what these little fibers are. But what it appears to do is that these little hair-like fibers seem to act as like a netting or a webbing. So as the orchid takes in water, moisture, and nutrients, it swells up like this, and that netting kind of captures, contains, and houses all of that good stuff. And then as those nutrients and moisture are utilized, it kind of condenses back down, and that's why you see that attrition and that kind of shrinking. But again, this is just speculation. I wanted to see what the insides look like, but I'm also struggling intensely against the smell that I am getting from this. So there you have it. Now that I've massacred this plant, I'm going to call this video a wrap. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. If you have any questions, concerns, or feedback, please go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and happy growing. Bye, guys.